In this video, we're going to be taking a look at making a hype chain design, and we're going to show you some new tools that we've been working on to make this whole process so much easier. I think you're really going to enjoy this. So this was an image that was sent to me by my customer, and they want this turned into a hype chain design. So immediately we have to think about, exactly how we're going to make this into a hype chain and how we're ultimately going to want to 3D print this. And I have some ideas of some things I want to do. And so I want to share some of those ideas with you. I think this will be kind of like an interesting little project for us, and we can learn about some different things that you might not have otherwise thought about. So with all that said, let's go ahead and kind of dive in here. And most of my 3D modeling projects start here in ChatGPT. So this was the image that was sent to me, and you could see part of the problem with this image is that it's been clipped on the left and the right. So this was just something that was grabbed off the web, I'm sure. And so what we asked Chat to do, let's go ahead and close this image out. We just simply asked Chat. This image is clipped a little bit on the left and right, so you can fix the missing parts of the image and then add a little bit of white space, maybe a ½ inch white space around the entire image, and then clean it up to just be 3 or 4 colors for flat 3D printing. And then this is what it gives us. And you can see that is a very usable result for the artwork. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and right click and copy this image. And then we're going to go over to a website here called Vectorizer AI. And I really like this website. I pay $10 a month for the website. And we just simply can paste it, Control V, and it will automatically convert it into an SVG. Now, one of the reasons I make designs all day, every day, so I don't mind spending the $10. And this website does what it promises to do, no frills, very quick, very easy, and very perfect results. So no fiddling, there's no settings, no nothing. It just does it, right? So that's kind of nice. And so let's go ahead and we'll save this file to our desktop here. And I guess we'll just call it the RAMs. Let's call it RAMs hype chain. And we'll hit save. Okay. So there you go. So now we'll take this into Inkscape. So here we are in Inkscape. Let's go ahead and import it. So we just hit Control I to import it. We'll go to our desktop here and we're going to find our RAMs hype chain. Go ahead and click OK. And so this is our SVG file. Now, if we come over here to layers and objects, you'll see that we have a group. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Inkscape, you should get familiar with it. It is the best program to use for creating designs like this for 3D printing. And you'll see why here. It's really an incredible program and it's totally free. So, and like for somebody who's brand new to 3D printing, I think it's pretty easy to learn as well. But here we are. We got to right click on our group and choose ungroup. And you'll see we have some additional groups. So we're going to right click again on one of those groups and choose ungroup again until we have nothing. Okay. All right, now we can go ahead and carry on. So let's go ahead and delete the white shape because we don't need that. And what we have to do is kind of go through this whole design and kind of bring these pieces together. There's a lot of pieces here, and we're going to bring these all together and see exactly how this was all created here. So we're going to start here, and you can see we have this blue piece of our design here. Okay. Now we're going to be using a tool that I developed, and this is called the automation toolkit. And what this will allow us to do is it'll allow us to uh, set up our design for our 3D model a little bit easier than just using Inkscape itself. So, for example, this first piece here, we're going to go ahead on the part editor tab. We're going to say that we want to make that our blue back plate here. And then because this is for a hype chain, I do the back plates at 8. Now we don't have to specify a Z height, so we could just go ahead and hit apply. And you could see here that that's now changed that part. Now we are going to go ahead and turn that part off and move on to our next part here. Okay. Now these two pieces here, we can go ahead and select one, and then we'll shift select the other one. And let's go ahead and use the union command here to bring those two pieces together. And let's just call this blue details for now. Okay. And then we'll just go ahead and choose apply. And for right now, let's just go ahead and turn those off. So we'll go ahead and toggle those off too. And then you see we have several red pieces here. So let's select one, right click and choose select same fill color. And let's go ahead and click on this button to union those together, bring all those parts into one. And then we'll just type in red and hit apply. And then we'll go ahead and turn that layer off as well. Okay. Now I want to see how this eye is made. If I pull the eye away, you can see it's actually cut through. And this is significant because we don't really need that. And the reason we don't need that is we turn see, that's already there on our blue backplate. So we don't really need that. So now we just basically have two more parts. And these are not sitting on top of one another. So you see right here, this white is not sitting on top of the gray. So see that? What about this one? Nope, none of those are sitting. This one might be. Indeed, this one is. So this one is sitting on top, but not the rest. So, and probably this one's on top too. So let's go ahead and take care. Let's see here. How do we want to do that? Yep, let's go ahead and do it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut a hole. Okay, so all we have to do is cut a hole. Now we need that piece, so we're going to duplicate it. But let's go ahead and cut a hole into the white. And so we can use this button right here for difference. And so the piece is there, but you see now it's just cut a hole in the white. And this piece, you can kind of see the white's already cut. So we're going to duplicate it and then shift click, and then we'll go ahead and difference it, and you'll see it's cut a hole. All right, so there we go. So I think that's all taken care of now. So now let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and select our gray. So right click, select same, fill color. Let's go ahead and bring those pieces together, and we'll just go ahead and name that gray and hit apply. And then we can go ahead and turn that off too. And then finally, we can right click, select same, fill color here, and we can union that together. And then we'll go ahead and we could use our drop down and just choose white and hit apply. And now you can see we have everything turned off. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn everything back on again. So now we have everything back on. So there's our design. Let's go ahead and resize it to the finished size of our hype chain, which I make mine 150 millimeters wide. So we'll go ahead and do that. So there you go. So now that piece is what it needs to be. Now we want to go in and finish setting up all of our extrusion values for our parts. So the back plate here, you can see we have set it 8, and then the white here, on the white, we're going to set that to 2, and the Z height here to 8, and we'll go ahead and choose apply. And then on our red part here, we're going to do the same thing as far as the extrusion value goes. So we're going to do 2 and 8. And then the gray is 2 and 8, which we've already done that. And then let's see here, the the white, that's where we're at now. We're on our white is at 2 and 8, gray is at 2 and 8, yes. And then red, yes, the red it's at 2 and 8, and then so all we have left is blue details, which those are going to be 2, and those are going to be 9. And the reason that those are going to be 9 is instead of 8 is because those are sitting on top of red. Okay, you see that? So those are sitting on top. So there you go. So now that's all ready to go now. So we're going to go ahead and save this. We'll go ahead and save it to the desktop, and we can go ahead and call it Rams Hype Chain and replace the existing one that we have. Okay, so that's it. So now what we need to do is take our artwork here and convert it into a 3D model. So here we are back on our desktop, and there's that SVG file that we just created. And what we're going to do is we're just going to drag and drop it into our 3D model creator. So our STL3D model builder. And you can see now it's created the 3D model for us. It's a 3MF file that we can then go into. Let's go ahead and go into Bamboo here, and we'll start us a new project. And then we'll go ahead and open that up. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and File, and Open. And somewhere on the desktop here is our Rams hype chain. So you can see, all ready to go, all extruded just like we need it to be. And we are ready to go to make this into a hype chain. So here's what I do for all my hype chains when I'm making hype chains for customers. Let's go ahead and we have 4 build plates, okay? So on the first one here, let's go ahead and copy this and paste it. And then do the same thing. We're going to paste it again. Let's right click on these and center them. Now this little guy here, we're actually going to turn into a keychain. So what we do is we go to our scale tab and we make sure uniform scale is turned on. And then we'll go ahead and change this to 67. That's what I usually make my keychains. Okay, so there's how big I want my keychain to be. Now I am going to go ahead and import my little key tag. So go to my desktop here. I just hit Control I, go to my desktop and look for key. And there's my key. Okay, import the geometry only. Now on this one, we're just going to center this key tag to the image. So we're going to Control click, right click and choose Align, Left, Right, Center. And then we'll just take this and move it into place here. We're going to go ahead and hit Control 1. That looks straight down at our design here. And basically, I want my ring to just extend beyond enough in order for me to connect my keychain hardware to. Okay, that's all we need to do. Now, I want to look at this a little bit here so you can see this. So you see how the key tag is slightly above? Well, what we're going to do here, we're going to alt click this and see how thick that back plate is right there. And so it's at 357. So we're going to go ahead and make our key tag that same height. So we'll uncheck uniform scale and we'll make it 3.57. Okay, you see that? So now she's all leveled off there. So now I can go ahead and take this and Control click the assembly, right click and merge. And now that is ready to print. So let's go ahead and take that and just Control C and then Control V, 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 V. So that's all that's going to fit on that plate. We'll shift click all of these. We'll right click and center. Now this may interfere a little bit with our prime tower. So let's go ahead and slide this down and slide it over and make a little breathing room here for the prime tower. Okay. So now we could go ahead and slice that plate just to make sure she's going to slice the way we expect it to. Well, down here we're looking for slice OK. That's what we're looking for. And you see there, slice is OK. We're out of the way of the prime tower. We are officially good to go on that plate. Now let's put our attention back up here. Let's go ahead and make sure, right click at center, make sure that piece is centered. And we're going to hit Control I and go to the desktop here. And let's just type in Cuban. We'll go ahead and hit OK. So there's our Cuban chain. That looks pretty good. We're going to slide up our medallion a little bit. And what I like to do is my back plate here, in this case, is blue. So we're going to alt click this little tag here and make it blue. Okay. Everything else can basically stay the same. Now, our prime tower, we got to move it so we have room for it. And we'll just move it down here to the corner. Now, this will not print because the Cuban is not connected to our medallion. So we click the Cuban, control click the medallion, right click and merge, and now she's ready to print. So let's put our focus over here. So we're going to come down here and we're going to hit Control I, and I do this with every hype chain I make. I give them both options. So here we're going to type in Jackson. Actually, there's lots of options as far as chains go, but these are my two standard options, I should say. I do have other options, but these are the two standards. So we'll go ahead and move this up here. Now, this is already centered to the build plate because that's grayed out. And so here, what we're going to do is we're just going to select them both and right click and left, right, center. Okay. And then we can go ahead and move that into place here. Something about like yay. Move it down a little bit. And we want that just sticking out far enough where we can connect another ring to it. So it doesn't need to stick out very far at all. Now, just like with the keychain, we do have to take that little ring and then control click the medallion, right click and merge. We'll go ahead and move in our prime tower a little bit. And let's go ahead and slice the plate and make sure that's going to print just like we want it to. Again, down here we're looking for slice OK. And so no worries there. You can see it's going to take 2 hours and 36 minutes to print. And that's it. Our hype chain is good to go and ready to be printed. We've got 2 different variations of hype chains, and our keychains are ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed this one, learned a little something, and you can see really how easy it is. The workflow is really very straightforward. So until next time, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or need one-on-one training or some custom files made for you, this is my contact information, so feel free to reach out via email. You can text me. You could even give me a call. I'd be happy to answer questions or give you more details on the one-on-one training we offer, and as well as if you need custom files made until you are up to speed on how to make them yourself, feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to help you with that as well.